Hello and welcome to Cooking the Books with Heather. Today we're going to be making our second recipe from I Am From Here by Vishwesh Bhatt. And we are going to be making a citrus herb rice salad. This seems like it'll be a great sort of summer recipe, but it was something that we had almost everything on hand for. Almost. And it was something I thought my family would like. They love rice. So we're going to be using the perfect rice that we made for our first recipe. I'll link that up here. And the first thing we're going to do is make a vinaigrette dressing, a citrus vinaigrette dressing. I spent most of the time on this recipe was just prepping the ingredients. So everything is relatively small, minced, chopped, etc. But after that, it all just gets mixed together. So the only cooking involved here is the rice and toasting some almonds, and that's it. So I have some brown sugar already in here, just a small amount of brown sugar, and we're going to add the rice vinegar that I just measured, and we need some citrus juices. All right, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this and make sure I get them all correct. We need some fresh orange juice. There we go. We need some fresh lemon juice. And some fresh lime juice. A little bit more of that. My lime was not super juicy today. So there we go. And we're just going to whisk this together. I have a really small bowl and a really small whisk because it's not a huge amount of dressing. So we're going to whisk this together until the brown sugar is dissolved. Now we're whisking in, this is supposed to be canola oil. I'm using grapeseed oil because that's sort of the neutral oil I keep on hand, as I say all the time. You can use shallot oil, which there's a recipe in here for crispy fried shallots, which I haven't made yet. But the leftover oil from that, which I'm sure would impart a great flavor, but I'm supposed to emulsify this, whisk. We've done this before with other vinaigrettes. Anyway, so I'm going to whisk this a lot. Totally expect this to separate while we do the rest of this, but we're going to just set that aside. I'm going to clean up a little bit, move some things away that I don't need anymore. Go. All right, so here we have the rice. It's been cooked and cooled. Mine was in the refrigerator, so it's pretty cool, but it doesn't seem to be too, I don't know, crispy. Sometimes when you cool rice, or when you put rice in the refrigerator, it gets kind of dried out. This was not like that, but so hopefully it'll be all okay. So I've got slivered almonds that I just toasted dry in a pan. There's no directions for that. It just says toasted slivered almonds. So mine were not toasted before, so I toasted them. So we're gonna put those in here. We have some grated carrot, just grated on the large holes of a box grater. Let's see. We have some minced red onion. We have peeled, seeded, and diced cucumber. That was something that I had used all of that I thought I had, and I had to go back out and get some. But I just chose a sort of normal cucumber, not an English cucumber, just a standard American type cucumber, the large ones. And you don't need very much of any of these vegetables, so you'll have to figure out something to do with the rest of it. I have some small diced red or yellow bell pepper. This is red because that's what I had. Some chopped fresh, okay, this is mint and dill. So I've got those here. And then this is basil. So like I said, this is definitely something that would be great in the summer when you have those fresh herbs more readily available, but I was able to get those at the grocery store, so that's not a big deal. And then we have citrus zest. So all of those juices that we used for the vinaigrette, lemon, lime, and orange, we have zest from those. And then we have to put in some salt and pepper. So have a little bit of salt. I use kosher salt. And I've got this new pepper grinder. So I'm not gonna measure the pepper. I'm just gonna grind until I think it's about enough. There we go. And we're gonna toss this together first before we add the dressing. We're gonna get this sort of mixed up. All right, and now we're going to just toss it with the dressing. I'm gonna whisk it up a little bit before I put it in there. And just sort of put that all around. And toss it up again. There we go. And that is as easy as this salad is. You're supposed to serve this at room temperature. My rice was a little cold, but everything else had been out of the refrigerator for a long time, so it should have been at room temperature. But I think you can let this sit. I'm trying to get any big clumps of plain rice or whatever. Except, anyway. I'm pretty sure you can let this sit for a while and it'll be fine because it's got that vinaigrette on it. So that is it. We will show you what it looks like when we plate it all up and tell you what we think in just a minute. On this episode of Cooking the Books with Heather, you watched me make citrus herb rice salad from Vishwesh Bhatt's I Am From Here cookbook. This is really the second recipe we made, although the first recipe was just the rice, which I will link up here. We used his method to cook rice. And I think that it was not our kind of salad. I don't think I've ever had really a rice salad before, and rice when it's cold is a little crunchy, and it was hard to sort of bring this up to a more room temperature where I'm sure it would be great because we made it before. We made the rice the day before, and so it was chilled overnight, and then I tried to let it come up to room temperature before I made everything, and so I think if you're gonna make this, you probably wanna make the rice and just let it cool and then make the salad and then eat it. It just doesn't doesn't do very well from cold, because cold rice is just not nice to eat, in my opinion. There may be cultures where they eat it and it's fine. In fact, my dad would eat it like cereal with milk and sugar, and that's okay. I've had that before, but in this, I didn't prefer it like this. It was not very hard to make. It had a lot of chopping, a lot of vegetables in it, and I think it could be great. I think I would prefer it with maybe an orzo, sort of more of a pasta salad, a rice-shaped pasta salad. That might be a little bit better for us, but it was good to try. Just not our thing. But if you try it and you like it, or if you've had something like this, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what other people think of rice salad. It's just not a thing that we do very often around here. So if you enjoyed watching me make this, please give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, share this video with your friends if you liked it, and come back and watch me make something else next week.